My friend, there's a truth very few people are willing to say out loud. After 60, our muscles don't just grow weaker, they begin to disappear. Have you ever felt your legs trembling as you climb the stairs? Or noticed that just carrying a couple of grocery bags leaves you as tired as if you'd walked a mile? That isn't just aging. That is muscle loss, a silent process that slowly steals away your strength, your independence, and even the joy in your everyday life. Research published in the Journal of Gerontology, 2022, shows that after age 70, the body loses an average of 1–2% of muscle mass every year, raising the risk of falls, fractures, and memory decline. But here's the hopeful news. Muscles can still be saved even after 60. And the key isn't in expensive gyms or chalky protein powders. It's right there, in the familiar plant foods sitting quietly on your dinner plate. In this video, through the eyes of a doctor who has spent decades studying aging, I'll take you through 7 plant-based foods rich in golden protein. Foods that can help rebuild muscle, strengthen your bones and joints, boost endurance, and believe it or not, work even better than eggs. I promise you this. If you stay with me until the end, you'll discover the one hidden food that can truly change how you walk, how steady you feel on your feet, and how you enjoy your later years with confidence. But before we dive in, let me ask you something. Have you noticed your body getting noticeably weaker after 60? And do you believe that simple changes in your meals could help you get that strength back? Share your thoughts in the comments, because your story might be the inspiration someone else needs right now. And now, let's begin this journey together. The very first food on our list may look simple, but once you understand how it works, you'll be amazed at how it helps your body absorb protein better, reduce those painful nighttime cramps, and keep your legs feeling light and steady with every step. And that brings us to food number 7. Let's discover it right now. My friend, the very first food on this journey is one you may already know. In fact, it's shown up quietly on dinner tables in both Vietnam and right here in America. It's okra, sometimes called lady's finger. At first glance, it's nothing special. Just a small green pod, a little slimy, not exactly the most exciting vegetable. But from a medical point of view, okra is what I like to call a quiet ally for your muscles and your digestion. A few years ago, I met Margaret, 74, at my clinic. She sighed and said, "Doctor, I eat plenty of meat and eggs, but I still feel tired and my legs cramp every night. I just don't understand why." When I looked at her diet, I noticed she was missing the kinds of foods that help the body actually absorb protein effectively. I suggested she try adding okra a few times a week. Just 2 months later, she came back smiling. Those nighttime cramps are almost gone, and I can climb the stairs without my legs giving out. 1 cup of cooked okra gives you only about 2 grams of protein. Not much. But its true gift isn't in the number. It's in its mucilage and soluble fiber. These gel-like compounds coat and soothe the lining of the gut, making it easier for your body to absorb nutrients and protein from everything else you eat. Okra is also rich in flavonoids and polyphenols, antioxidants that fight the silent inflammation and oxidative stress that slowly chip away at muscle as we age. Nutrition Journal, 2020. Minerals like magnesium and potassium help your muscles contract and relax smoothly, preventing cramps and easing that heavy feeling in your legs and arms. The simplest way: lightly boiled or steamed alongside your meal. If you don't care for the slimy texture, slice it thin and roast until crisp. It becomes almost addictive. In the American South, okra is often simmered with tomatoes and garlic, a dish that's as comforting as it is good for digestion. People with oxalate kidney stones should limit their intake, since okra contains natural oxalates. Those with sensitive digestion or frequent diarrhea should also eat it in moderation, as the mucilage can stimulate the intestines. Never underestimate humble foods. Okra may not be a protein superstar, but it unlocks your body's ability to use protein more efficiently. That makes it a quiet, reliable helper to keep your muscles and your legs light, steady, and flexible well into your later years. But improving protein absorption is just the beginning. What about a vegetable that helps your brain and muscles talk to each other, so your hands don't tremble and your steps stay steady? That's exactly what we'll uncover with food number 6. If okra helps your body absorb protein more effectively, then asparagus plays a very different but equally important role. It helps your brain and muscles talk to each other smoothly and in rhythm. I'll never forget a patient of mine, Robert, age 72. He came to me worried. "Doctor, lately my hands tremble. Sometimes I can't even hold a glass of water without spilling it. I'm afraid I might be developing Parkinson's." But after examining him, I realized the problem wasn't as serious as he feared. What Robert was missing was choline, a vital nutrient found in asparagus. I encouraged him to add asparagus to his meals 2 or 3 times a week. Just a few months later, Robert returned smiling. "Now I can play chess with my grandson without worrying about my hands shaking." Choline acts like a messenger, carrying signals from the brain down to the muscles. Without enough choline, those signals falter. Hands tremble, reflexes slow, and movements become unsteady. Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2019. Asparagus is also rich in glutathione, one of the body's strongest natural antioxidants, sometimes called the body's master shield. It protects muscle and nerve cells from the wear and tear of aging. Along with that, asparagus provides folate and vitamin E, which improve circulation, delivering oxygen and nutrients to the muscles so they stay energized after walking or climbing stairs. And here's something special. Asparagus has a gentle diuretic effect, helping release excess fluid and reduce swelling, especially helpful for those who often feel heavy legs or swollen ankles after standing too long. Phytotherapy Research, 2020. Lightly steamed or boiled to keep its nutrients intact. Roasted with olive oil for a nutty, savory flavor. Added into omelets or soups, making it easy and enjoyable for older adults to eat. People with gout or high uric acid should limit portions, as asparagus can raise uric acid levels. Those on diuretics or blood pressure medications should consult their doctor before eating it frequently to avoid electrolyte imbalances. If your hands have started trembling or your steps feel unsteady, remember, sometimes the cause isn't just old age. It may be a missing nutrient. Asparagus, often thought of as a fancy restaurant vegetable, can in fact become a simple, powerful ally at home, helping your brain and muscles stay in sync and restoring confidence in your daily movements. But what if your concern isn't just shaky hands, but stiff joints, nagging pain, and the fear of falling? Then food number 5 may surprise you. It's small, often overlooked, yet it acts like a safety net for your muscles and joints after 60. In many families, Brussels sprouts only appear during Christmas dinners or on a special holiday table. Small, round, and bright green, they are often brushed aside as just another side dish. But in medicine, I see them as a safety net for muscles and joints after 60. I'll never forget Helen, age 76. She came into my clinic and told me, "Doctor, I don't dare go shopping alone anymore. After just a few steps, my knees ache. Getting up and down feels like I'm made of wood." When I reviewed her diet, I realized she was missing a group of vegetables rich in vitamin C and vitamin K. I encouraged her to add Brussels sprouts 2 or 3 times a week. Just a few months later, she came back with a glowing smile. "Now I can lift my 2-year-old grandson without worrying that my knees will give out." Vitamin C in Brussels sprouts is the raw material for making collagen, the scaffolding that keeps muscles, ligaments, and tendons strong and flexible. Without enough collagen, the body stiffens and recovery slows. American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, 2018. Vitamin K plays a double role. It strengthens bones and supports nerve-to-muscle communication, helping every step feel steady. Bone and Joint Research, 2021. Glucosinolates, special plant compounds in Brussels sprouts, reduce inflammation, the silent fire that eats away at joints and muscles over time. And with their rich fiber content, they help stabilize blood sugar, which indirectly protects muscles from breaking down too quickly. Roast with olive oil and garlic until the edges are crisp and the centers turn tender and sweet. Sauté with almonds or walnuts for an added boost of omega-3s to protect your joints. Or simply steam and toss into a salad with oranges or cranberries, adding natural vitamin C and a fresh, bright flavor. People taking blood thinners, like warfarin, should check with their doctor, as Brussels sprouts are rich in vitamin K and may interfere with medication. Those with sensitive digestion may feel bloated if they eat too many at once, so start small and gradually increase. Never underestimate small foods. Brussels sprouts may be tiny, but they act as a quiet guardian for your legs, helping you rise more easily, walk more confidently, and live without the constant fear of falling as you grow older. But protecting your joints isn't enough. After 60, your body needs a true warrior to extinguish the hidden inflammation that weakens muscles and drains your energy. Food number 4 is that very warrior, a green shield you already know well, but may not fully appreciate. There's hardly a vegetable more familiar on both American and Vietnamese dinner tables than broccoli. Many people think of it as just a side dish. But in medicine, I see broccoli as a green shield, protecting muscles and joints from the silent wear and tear of aging. I'll never forget David, age 78. He had been a high school gym teacher, strong and active all his life. But after 70, he often felt drained, his steps grew heavy, and a few times he nearly stumbled during walks in the park. When I asked about his diet, he chuckled. "Broccoli. I've hated it since I was a kid, haven't touched it in years." I explained to him that broccoli contains a rare compound called sulforaphane, a natural shield against chronic inflammation, the very process that quietly saps muscle strength with age. David decided to give it a try. 3 months later, after eating broccoli 3 times a week, he walked back into my office with a smile. "Doctor, now I can stroll with my wife for half an hour without feeling exhausted." Sulforaphane has been widely studied for its anti-inflammatory and antioxidant power. Research in the Journal of Cachexia, Sarcopenia and Muscle, 2021, showed that sulforaphane may help slow down muscle loss in older adults. Broccoli is rich in vitamin C, essential for making collagen, the glue that keeps muscles, tendons, and ligaments strong and flexible. It also provides vitamin K and folate, which support bone strength and improve nerve-to-muscle communication, lowering the risk of falls. And with its high fiber content, broccoli stabilizes blood sugar and nourishes gut bacteria. A healthy gut means better nutrient absorption, allowing the protein you eat to truly support your muscles. Lightly steamed to keep its bright green color and preserve nutrients. Sautéed with olive oil and garlic for a simple, flavorful dish. Blended into soups or mashed for those who have trouble chewing. A small tip: add a squeeze of lemon juice after cooking to boost sulforaphane absorption. People with thyroid issues, hypothyroidism, should avoid eating excessive amounts of raw broccoli, since it contains goitrogens that may affect thyroid hormones. Cooking reduces this effect significantly. Those on blood-thinning medication should also monitor their vitamin K intake to avoid interference. Don't let familiarity make you overlook a true warrior. Just a few servings of broccoli each week can hand your body a powerful shield, fighting inflammation, protecting your muscles, and keeping every step you take in your later years more steady and secure. But muscles don't just need protection. They need daily nourishment and renewal. And in the number 3 spot, we'll meet a leafy green often called a superfood, so rich in nutrients it can actually slow the aging of your muscles day by day. If broccoli is the green shield that protects your muscles, then kale is the quiet builder, working behind the scenes to rebuild muscle, strengthen bones, and keep your body flexible. I'll always remember Susan, age 70, a retired nurse I once cared for. She told me, "Doctor, I feel slower these days. Getting up and down from a chair is hard, and sometimes my muscles feel soft and weak." When I reviewed her diet, I noticed she ate plenty of meat and eggs, but very few dark leafy greens. I encouraged her to add kale to her meals at least 3 times a week, along with some gentle exercise. 3 months later, Susan came back beaming. "Now I can do yoga with my friends again. My knees don't hurt and my stamina has really improved." 1 cup of raw kale has only about 4 grams of protein, but the real treasure is its vitamin K. This vitamin directs calcium to the right places, your bones and muscles. Without enough, calcium can settle in the wrong spots, hardening joints or blood vessels. Journal of Bone and Mineral Research, 2017. Kale is rich in vitamin C, the building block of collagen, the foundation that keeps muscles, tendons, and ligaments strong and flexible. It also contains alpha-lipoic acid ALA, a rare antioxidant in vegetables. ALA protects muscle cells from free radical damage, slowing down fatigue. Free Radical Biology and Medicine, 2020. And then there's the trio of minerals: magnesium, calcium, and potassium, working together to keep your muscles contracting smoothly, reduce cramps, and even help regulate your heartbeat. With raw kale, tear the leaves into small pieces and massage them with olive oil and lemon to soften, then toss into a salad. Lightly sauté with garlic or steam briefly to keep the nutrients intact. Kale also blends beautifully into soups or smoothies with bananas and apples, tasty, easy to drink, and senior-friendly. Those with oxalate kidney stones should eat kale in moderation, since it's high in oxalates. People taking blood thinners should monitor vitamin K intake and consult their doctor. Kale isn't just a passing superfood trend. It's truly a natural medicine for your muscles and bones. For older adults, just a few servings of kale each week can make a noticeable difference. Fewer cramps, steadier steps, greater flexibility, and most importantly, preserving your confidence and independence. But what if you're looking for something even more familiar? Something that slips easily into almost any meal, and yet has the power to boost endurance and improve circulation every single day. That brings us to food number 2, a vegetable you've likely had in your kitchen for years, but never realized how powerful it really is. If kale is the quiet builder that helps rebuild strength, then spinach is the solid foundation, keeping your body steady, your circulation smooth, and your endurance alive well after 60. I once treated Charles, age 73, a retired engineer. He told me, "Doctor, I still go for my morning walk, but after only 10 minutes my legs ache, my heart races, and some days I have to sit down halfway." When I looked at his diet, I noticed he ate very few leafy greens, especially spinach. I encouraged him to add spinach to his lunch and dinner several times a week. 3 months later, Charles returned with a big smile. "Now I can walk for half an hour every morning without stopping. I feel lighter, steadier, and more alive." Magnesium in spinach works like the on-off switch for your muscles, helping them contract and relax smoothly. Without enough, muscles stiffen, fatigue sets in, and recovery slows. Journal of the American Geriatric Society, 2018. Spinach is rich in natural nitrates, which gently open blood vessels and improve circulation. The result? More oxygen delivered to your muscles, better stamina, and less fatigue during activity. Journal of Nutrition, 2021. The green pigments in spinach carry lutein and zeaxanthin, well known for protecting the eyes, but they also fight inflammation throughout the body, shielding muscles from silent age-related damage. And when eaten with foods high in vitamin C, like tomatoes or oranges, spinach helps your body absorb more iron, building strong red blood cells and fighting anemia, a common cause of fatigue in older adults. Lightly sautéed with garlic and olive oil, simple, aromatic, and delicious. Stirred into soups or porridges for those who need softer meals. Mixed into a morning omelet, adding both flavor and nutrition. A little tip: a squeeze of lemon juice or pairing with tomatoes boosts iron absorption. Those with oxalate kidney stones should eat spinach in moderation, as it contains natural oxalates. People on blood thinners should also keep an eye on vitamin K intake. Spinach isn't flashy, but that's what makes it so valuable. Its quiet consistency is its strength. Eaten regularly, spinach helps your body run like a well-tuned machine. Muscles that don't cramp, blood that flows freely, and energy that lasts all day. And for older adults, that kind of steady endurance is the key to preserving independence and confidence in everyday life. But even with all these powerful greens, we still haven't reached the #1 star. At the very top of the list is a leaf that has been treasured for centuries in Asia and Africa. It carries a complete protein, rare in the plant world, so complete it can even surpass eggs. This is the secret weapon for preserving muscle, joints, and memory after 60. After all the familiar greens we've covered, we've finally reached the #1 star, a leaf long treasured in Asia and Africa as a kind of natural medicine, yet still little known in the West: Moringa. I remember the first time I met Harold, age 75, a thin, frail veteran who had lost much of his muscle after a long hospital stay. He sighed and told me, "Doctor, I eat eggs, I eat meat, but my muscles keep wasting away. I don't want to become a burden on my family." I introduced him to Moringa, a leaf packed with complete protein. 4 months later, Harold came back walking more steadily, his grip stronger. With tears in his eyes, he said, "Now I can walk to the park every morning on my own. It feels like I've gotten a piece of my youth back." Moringa leaves contain nearly 9 grams of protein per 100 grams, far higher than most vegetables. Food Science and Nutrition, 2020. And this protein is complete, meaning it has all 9 essential amino acids, including leucine, the switch that triggers muscle protein synthesis. That's critical because after 70, our bodies often become less responsive to protein signals. Beyond protein, Moringa is rich in calcium, iron, and potassium, nutrients that keep bones strong, improve oxygen delivery in the blood, and help muscles resist fatigue. Potent antioxidants such as quercetin and chlorogenic acid help reduce inflammation and protect the brain and joints from age-related decline. Journal of Medicinal Food, 2019. Fresh Moringa leaves can be cooked into soups, sautéed with garlic, or added into stews just like other greens. Dried leaves can be ground into a powder and stirred into smoothies, nut milk, or even porridge for a daily boost. For those who struggle with chewing, Moringa tea or Moringa powder is a gentle and effective alternative. People with low blood pressure should be cautious, as Moringa may lower it further. Pregnant women should avoid high doses of Moringa leaves or roots, as they may stimulate the uterus. When using powders, always choose a trusted, clean source to avoid contamination with heavy metals or impurities. Moringa is not a miracle cure, but it comes close to being nature's perfect gift for the body after 70. It doesn't just feed your muscles with complete protein. It restores energy, protects bones and joints, sharpens memory, and most importantly, gives older adults back a sense of independence and confidence. So there you have it, 7 remarkable vegetables, from everyday staples like okra, broccoli, and spinach, to the hidden treasure of Moringa. But how do we bring them together wisely, turning our daily meals into a natural prescription for rebuilding muscle and strength in our later years? Let's wrap it all up and draw the final lesson. My dear friend, we've just walked through a special journey together, discovering 7 powerful vegetables that can fight muscle loss, strengthen joints, and keep your body resilient well into your 70s and beyond. From okra, which helps your body absorb protein more efficiently, to asparagus, keeping your brain and muscles in sync, from Brussels sprouts and broccoli, protecting your joints and fighting inflammation, to kale and spinach, building endurance and flexibility, and finally, Moringa, the green treasure with complete protein, stronger even than eggs. The greatest lesson here is this: strength in our later years doesn't come only from the gym or from expensive supplements. It lives in the simple foods we choose every single day. When you make wise, consistent choices, your muscles can be rebuilt, your steps can be steady, and your heart can hold on to both independence and joy. And as a doctor, here's what I want to leave you with. Think of every meal as medicine. Every spoonful of greens, every plate of vegetables you add today is an investment in tomorrow, when you'll rise more easily, breathe more freely, and smile more confidently. If this video has been helpful, please give it a like so that others can also find these life-changing solutions. And I'd truly love to hear your story. Have you tried any of these vegetables? What changes did you notice? Share in the comments. Your experience might be the very spark of hope someone else needs. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and visit us every day for more practical, easier-to-follow health wisdom designed for life after 60. And finally, my wish for you, and for every friend walking this road with us, is this. May you always keep a body that's flexible, legs that are strong, and a spirit that is calm and at peace. Because growing older is not the end. It is an opportunity to live healthy, live beautifully, and savor every single moment.